All right, happy 5th of July, you guys. So this is my brain is not working day face. What? This is my face does not what? My brain is not working face. Wow. Excellent start. You should probably start over. I don't think I should. I think this is what's going to happen every single time. So we have 4 topics to talk about today. Number 1, Conor and Chandler. That fight is booked. And I'm going to show you how I know. And then we are together going to hypothesize on when the UFC is going to officially announce it. And there's a conversation to be had there. And the only hint that I'll give you is I had to hurry to get this video up because I wanted to make sure that I got this up and made this prediction before they do it, which I think is going to be very, very imminent. And then there's another Conor McGregor story about a very notable person who is calling him out to fight in a very notable rule set under which this could actually happen because it would be one of the biggest events in the history of the world. But there's a lot to talk about there. And then I'm going to reveal a secret to you guys that I've alluded to on this channel many times. So I have said many times on this channel that there is one UFC fighter, one on the roster that I am actually afraid of. Now, I'm not stupid enough. Like when I say like afraid of, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I'd win in a fight against any of them. I'm saying like I'm like actually like afraid of this person. Okay. And the reason for that is because I've always said I'm like, there's just this one guy that I think is the most likely to end up doing life in prison for killing a person outside of the octagon, right? And I'm going to reveal who that is to you guys today because he put a video up himself and I watched it and I was like, well, look at that. Sometimes I told you so doesn't necessarily cover it. You'll understand exactly what I mean. There's going to be a lot of let's play poker. Okay, what did they say? You saw what they said, right? In this video, there's going to be a lot of that. You saw what he said. You read his face. What do you think it means, And then that applies to a couple of the stories. So I'm going to show you who it is, and I'm going to show you what he said, etc. Then we're going to talk about Yair Rodriguez against Volkanovski because I have some things to say about that fight. And then I'm going to show you me and Laura Senko's interaction yesterday, which was hilarious. Hilarious. I have so much respect for that girl. Her jiu-jitsu game, her body, her mic skills, and her sense of humor. And now she knows that because now we know each other intimately via social media. And I'm going to show you what we had. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And let's rock and roll. No, actually, let me just say this. I work really hard on this channel. I don't think I could explain to you guys how non-functional my brain is. I am doing this not because I want to necessarily, but because I am dedicated to continuing to put out content every single day because I love you guys. And let me say this too. I genuinely am deeply grateful to all of you who have been supporting this channel forever. I don't want to go off on a complete and total tangent. I just want to say this one thing. So I started promoting this product that I'm not even going to talk about right now because I'm not trying to promote the product. That's not the thing. And so many of you guys bought it. And so many of you guys emailed me to tell me that they're like, dude, I'll literally buy anything that you promote on the channel because I want to support the channel. I seriously was deeply moved by that. Thank you guys, all of you. Now, the people who have not subscribed yet, if you would go ahead and do that, I would really appreciate it. That's how I gauge how well I'm doing. So subscribe if you're going to watch my content. I appreciate you. All right. So let's start with this particular story. So Jesse says that the Conor McGregor fight is on with Chandler. How would he possibly be able to confidently say a thing like that, right? How would he be able to say that so confidently that he's like, it's done when no one has said it? So I'm going to show you my girl, Laura Senko, my best friend, Laura Senko, interviewing John Kavanagh. And let's look at what he said and listen. And then I will define things for you guys in case you missed them because anyway, let's watch. Ready? Boom.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask because 2 weeks ago, you said you're going to try to maybe get some info. Any updates for us?
Poker face.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Do you have any updates? Yeah.
Really annoy you now and say I have nothing I can say, but let's just say my confidence in this fight happening is at an all-time high.
Good. Okay. That's all I need to hear.
Unfortunately, all sorts of NDAs and everything. I can't quit.
Boom. Boom. All right. So let me define exactly what he just said, okay? Now, if you are a person who is like, oh my God, dude, you're saying that he said he's confident, he's all-time high, and you think that means it's booked for sure. Nope, that is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the last part he just said. He said his confidence is at an all-time high. It's like, all right, good. So my initial thought when I heard that was, awesome, Conor's probably training and Conor's really fired up, right? Then he said, I'm sorry, there are all kinds of NDAs and stuff. Now, for those of you who don't know what an NDA is, it's a non-disclosure agreement, okay? So the only time that an NDA would be involved in whether or not you could announce a fight or not is if the fight is done, okay? Like straight up. There's no NDA. Okay, and again, a non-disclosure agreement is a contract that is attached to an employment agreement, a fight that you've booked, things like that, where news of that getting out would negatively impact whatever the person who is having you sign the NDA has decided that they don't want you to, you know what I mean? So if he has signed an NDA associated to this event, now I will certainly say that I'm sure there's an NDA associated with the Ultimate Fighter, but there is no NDA associated with whether or not the fight is going to happen unless it's booked, okay? So, do I know for 100% sure? Oh, wait, maybe I should say because here's the next part is when are they going to announce it, right? So that was the second part, is when are they going to announce it and why did I hurry? So, let me make a bold prediction right now. And then I'll tell you, you know what? I'm going to scale it back to like 60. I'm 60%, 50%. I'm 50% sure. 50% sure it's probably booked. And here's why. Okay. So my hypothesis on when they're going to announce it is they're going to do it at the press conference tomorrow for International Fight Week. The International Fight Week, fight press conference. Let's see these guys. Let's see what Volkanovski's going to say. Let's see what Yair Rodriguez is going to say. We got the world's attention. Hey, guys. We got something special we want to show you right now. Boom. My man, Conor Chandler. Boom, 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 boom. So here is why I am scaling my prediction back to 50%, is because one time I heard a story about a journalist who found out that Brock Lesnar was fighting on UFC 200, and then he tweeted it or something. And then it turned out that was true. And then they announced it the next day and he had stepped on their announcement and Dana banned him for life. So what differentiates me from Ariel Helwani in that situation is that I don't know for sure. You guys know exactly what I'm basing my information on. Me seeing that video that everybody has access to and a wealth of experience in this kind of thing. And then pure hypothesis. Absolutely pure hypothesis when it comes to when they would announce it, because it's International Fight Week. Okay. When do you think they want to announce it? Right. In case you guys are like, all of you guys already know this. I feel like sometimes I forget, because I'm used to when I'm talking UFC with 99% of the people that I talk to in real life, I know 100 times more about UFC than they do. So sometimes I forget that you guys all know as much as me for the most part. Like my channel, the people who watch my channel are real fans of the UFC. 90% of them are like real UFC fans. Some people watch because they find me entertaining and they're like, I kind of like UFC now. The majority of you guys obviously are really, really serious fans. So you guys know your stuff. So from, let's all collectively, the 90% of my subscribers that are really heavy, let's tell the other 10%. So listen, guys. We're stoked that you guys are on the team. You're going to be part of the 90% next year because now you're becoming a hardcore fan. But here's something that you need to know. International Fight Week is where they kick the doors off of everything. They make all the crazy announcements. All the fighters come into Vegas. I have no idea why I'm not going. I probably should just fly out. I honestly should probably book a ticket and just go. I probably should. But nonetheless, the UFC makes all their craziest announcements at International Fight Week. So if they were going to announce Conor versus Chandler and they had that fight booked, you can basically bet your fucking life that this is when they're going to do it. So there you go. That was all of us telling them together. We did that together. Thank you guys for the support there. So That's my hypothesis. And I don't know for sure. I really genuinely don't. I know everybody knows I'm like buddies with Chandler. I have not spoken to him at all about this. Not 1 second at all. I'm literally making this hypothesis based on what Kavanaugh said. So now moving right. You know what, actually? I think the smart thing now is to do the Laura Senko thing. Since here, there's Laura Senko, this absolutely gorgeous, incredible commentator who is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and I have watched her fold dudes' necks into like, you know, like accordions with her legs and her arms. So she deals with a lot of creeps on the internet. Now, I would imagine that if like a person like me is watching this video, I would be saying to myself, I'd be like, you mean creeps like you? You know, like she deals with a lot of creeps just like you? Because you sound like a goddamn creep, guy. See, that's the thing. The thing is, if you're married to a girl who is a hard 10, you can say these things. So the skeleton key to being able to sound like a creep and then people know you're not actually a creep is just have one of them. That's, you know, like have your own. And then you're just like, I'm just talking like out of respect, dude. Look at that girl. So in that context, while she was dealing with a total creep on the interweb, she responded to this guy with the funniest comeback ever. All right. So don't read it here. Like just, okay. So this guy, Dyson Hunter, okay. She lit this guy up, dude. This is so funny, dude. So Dyson Hunter goes, I would be totally fine with her commentary were it not for the fact that she continues to make sex noises every 30 seconds. Every time a fighter lands something and she screams, ah, ooh, and it is starting to look deliberate to male viewers. Just that kind of girl. Now, I'm going to just take this away before I read you her response, just to actually seriously think about what that guy just said, dude. Because he's not framing that as a joke, right? Like he said that, he's like serious. He's serious. He's serious. It's such a ludicrous comment. You know, oh man, you know, it's like, you know, Bisman goes, oh man, ooh, you know, ooh. Like, and Senko goes, oh, and this guy's like, oh my God, she's making sex noises. Oh God, I bet that's exactly what she sounds like when she's getting pounded. Oh my God, I can't. She's doing it on purpose, man. I'm trying to focus on the fight, and all she's doing is just teasing me with those dirty, dirty voices. Jesus. Can't you just commentate the fight, Laura Senko? Stop sounding like you're in the middle of sexual gratification so I can focus on the violence I'm trying to consume. Ugh. I mean, that's how I read the comment, you know? Seriously, I don't know how else to read this, dude. It's so funny. And she responded, hey, dude, you sound like the type of guy who masturbates to women's tennis. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny because his comment is so ludicrous. So anyway, I thought that was fucking hilarious. And so I put this in my story where I was like, Gabrielle, to my wife, I'm like, we got to step our game up with creeps in your comments, dude. Laura Senko is making us look bad. And she saw it and she reshared it because I assume that she wanted as many people as possible to see her comeback because it was fucking hilarious. I love owning nerds in the comments. I like, if I, you know, I don't do it like that often. If I share, but every once, you know, I would say like maybe like once every 2 weeks, I will share an interaction that I had with like some prick in the comments just like that. Because, you know, I wrote it back and I'm like, got him. You know, once every 2 weeks, I do one good enough that I'm like, I'm putting this up on social media. Hey, bitch. No, I don't even tag the guy, though. You know, it's not like I'm like, hey, dude, you got owned. So given that I don't put the person's name in there, you know that the actual reason I'm doing it is because I just want to be like, hey, look at how funny I was, dude. It's not like I'm trying to like double own them. I'm just like, look at how funny this comeback was, bitches. Just like Laura Senko was when she reshared that story because her comeback's fucking hilarious. It just is, dude. So tack on, so I told you guys 100 times. I mean, I don't know how long you guys have been following me, but I've told you guys many times. UFC 274, we were staying at Fighter Hotel. I was in line literally right next to her. And I just was like, oh my God, dude. Jesus. Like, however hot you think she is on the interweb, she's much hotter in person. I told you guys that. And now you could tack on fucking hilarious as well. You sound like the guy who masturbates to fucking women's stand. It's so funny, dude. Anyway, so now moving right along. You guys like how I connected the Conor story to that one? Now we're going to go to the next story, which is this. Jake Paul wants Conor McGregor after Nate Diaz, and he's willing to do MMA. So, one thing that I will bring up here is everyone's going to go, oh, dude, contracts. Right. Yeah, that's true. But PFL will definitely let Jake Paul come to UFC to do that fight, without a doubt. Without a doubt, PFL is in. So the contractual decision from a business standpoint comes down to this. Would Dana bring in Jake Paul to the UFC? 100%. Wait, what? You didn't let me finish. You asked, would Dana bring Jake Paul into the UFC? Right. And I said, yes. Right. I didn't finish my sentence. Oh, continue. Would Dana bring Jake Paul into the UFC given that he is signed to a PFL contract and is a PFL fighter? Oh, fuck. No, probably not. Right. Now, it doesn't mean it's impossible, but Dana, if he did do it, would be basically banking on Conor. Like, as a matter of fact, actually, as I'm talking this through, there's no way he'll do it. And here's why. What's the likelihood of Jake Paul winning an MMA fight against Conor McGregor? Everybody all at once? Nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. We're not talking grappling. We're not talking any of that. We're talking about kicks, okay? You give Conor the ability to kick Jake Paul, okay? Dude. In a boxing match, for sure Jake Paul has a shot. For sure he has a shot. I mean, I definitely think Conor would win. But Jake Paul has a shot to win that fight for sure. He beat Anderson Silva, dude. I know Anderson Silva's old. I know. But we're talking about, like, does he have a chance? For sure he has a chance to win a boxing match against Conor. For sure. For sure. Does he have a chance to win in an MMA fight where Conor can kick his legs, spinning back kick his solar plexus, and then go upside his head? No. He has no chance, dude. None. Like, when I say no, I mean none. Like, he cannot win that fight. It cannot happen. It cannot happen. Okay? So, yes, I mean, there's a 0.01% chance that he wins. But here's the thing. If by some mind-melting miracle he actually beat Conor in that fight, he is going to be the biggest thing ever. And then he'd be going back to PFL, where he signed under contract. There's no way Dana would take that risk, even though the risk is extraordinarily small. I don't think. Right? I don't think. But nonetheless. Now, let's move over to the part everybody has been waiting for, right? Who's the guy you're most afraid of? And I say this in advance. I am not being disrespectful when I say this. Okay? Like, I assume most people who are combat sports athletes would know that when I say, like, that dude's dangerous, I am assuming that they know that I have respect for dangerous people, right? So I'm not, like, this is not me talking shit in advance. I am just saying that for real, if you ask me who is the person who is most likely to snap on somebody and beat them to death outside of the octagon for some completely unrelated thing to combat sports, it's Joaquin Buckley for sure, okay? And so I have always said that, where I'm like, this dude scares me, dude. He's a scary, scary dude. And now he just put this video up right here. And I watched it and I was like, it's like, hey, what were you basing that on? I'm like, I told you I'm good at reading people, man. Yeah, you are pretty good. Yeah, I know. Okay, if I say, like, this dude's capable of beating someone to death because he got mad enough that when he started smashing them, like he just didn't stop. Their face was imploded and he just kept punching the ground underneath what used to be their skull. Joaquin Buckley's the guy, dude. That's the guy. All right, I mean, I'll take your word for it. Well, you don't have to, because watch this. Whoops, not that. Don't watch that. Watch this. Here's his something that he put out yesterday.
All y'all giggling, I'm gonna give you something to laugh about. Every single one of y'all, I'm gonna give y'all something to laugh about.
Let me also say this, though. This video right here, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have a hard time not rooting for him now. And I'm not saying that because I'm like, you know, like I told you, I'm scared, you know, like he for sure makes me nervous. But I'm actually gonna be rooting for him now because of this video also on the front side of what he's talking about.
Because it ain't funny seeing my grandma in her one room, stuck in her bed, not able to move. I can't afford to give her the house that she deserved. The one that took care of me when my mother passed away, when my father wasn't there. Ain't none of that funny to me. And y'all keep talking about, oh yeah, but I don't know why he trying so hard. That's why I'm trying so hard. That's my why.
Now, let me pause right there. I can't root against him ever again. I mean, not that I would like root against him, but I just mean like, listen, dude. A dude who's fighting because he wants to take care of his grandma who's bed-stricken in a one-bedroom apartment, and that's his why he gets up to train every single day. Like, I don't like. There's no like additional factor that I need to hear to know that now I can't unhear that. I'm gonna root for him every single time. I just am. It is what it is. But again, if we're saying who is likely to beat someone to death, let's continue.
I'm telling y'all right now, it's up there for every single person. This ain't just business now. I'm on y'all now. Don't come to me. Don't talk to me. Because I'm telling you, you playing with your life.
Told you. He's talking to commenters that are breaking his balls, dude. You know what I mean? He's talking to people who are talking shit on the internet. He's like, you're playing with your life. I believe him, dude. I believe him. As I said, one fighter I think is capable of actually beating a person to death. That's the guy. He just told you too. So, you know, again, the last guy in the UFC I want conflict with is this dude. So this is not meant to be any kind of disrespectful. I am actually afraid of this dude. So, Joaquin Buckley, I'm rooting for you, my man. I hope that you get to take care of your grandma. That's a great story. It's a good why. Don't beat me to death, please. You will for sure win if we fight. But if we get on the mic, dude, that's different. That's different, dude. That's different. This is my world on the mic, son. Nobody beats me on the microphone. That just is what it is. You could beat me to death out there, but I could talk anyone to death, son. Anybody, anytime, anywhere on the mic. Fuck everybody. Fuck the world, son. Anyway, so moving right along. The last thing I wanted to talk about was I want to... Dude, was the audio off on that? Hang on. Let me just check something real quick. So, audio check. Hang on. Why is he...
I tried to...
Okay, cool. It's cool. All right. Sorry. Apologies. I just got like this weird thing in the corner. There's sometimes the audio is off when they do this. Whatever. So, last story. And you know what? Actually... Nah, I'm not going to do the Volkanovski and Yair one. I'm going to do a super quick one about that on my Clips channel because I am, and this video is long enough. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And Joaquin Buckley, I'm rooting for you. Okay? I promise. He's scary, dude. That's a scary-ass dude, man. Peace.